Good afternoon. Welcome to RMU Live. Today is Friday, April 5th, 2019. I'm Andrew Ostrowski.
And I'm Sonu Babu. Here's what's happening now.
A man has been fatally shot in Westmoreland County. The shooting happened at 4 a.m. on 5th Avenue in Arnold. The victim was taken to Allegheny Valley Hospital after being found in the street. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Police are combing the area for evidence and are still investigating the event.
And 5 people are left homeless after a New Kensington home fire on Thursday around 5:30 p.m. 5 fire companies and 60 volunteer firefighters fought to get rid of the flames on 7th Street. The residents were uninjured but lost their home and 2 pets.
A fire broke out this morning in Ross Township at 645 along Peoples Road. Multiple fire crews shut down the road near Nelson Run Road while fighting the fire. No injuries have been reported. The fire department is unsure what caused the fire at the present time.
A man accused of gunning down the son of a high-ranking Philadelphia police commander is now in custody. He was arrested Wednesday after being tracked down at a mall outside the city. Greg Argos reports.
Cuffed and in police custody, 19-year-old Tyquan Atkinson, known as Fats, arrested minutes before 6 Wednesday at the shopping plaza in Chester.
We noticed a few dozen actual police cars started to show up.
I heard footsteps on our roof.
We went outside and we were instructed to go back in. And that's when it started to escalate.
Jamie Joseph and Adam Gimbel run the Phantom Fireworks store at the plaza. And it turns out the footsteps they heard were police officers running across their roof. Hiding on top of the next door business was Atkinson, the suspect wanted for Nicholas Flacco's murder. He's the 20-year-old son of a Philadelphia police inspector.
We peeked out, seen everything was okay, seen they apprehended him, and then went outside and caught some video.
That video shows how police had to use a fire ladder to remove Atkinson from the roof next door before placing him into a police vehicle. Investigators say Atkinson shot and killed Flacco on Saturday night in FDR Park, where the victim and his friends were tailgating after the Phillies game. Police say Flacco's friends dared the suspect to pull the trigger after an argument broke out. Now, less than 5 days later, Atkinson will face murder, criminal conspiracy, and firearms charges.
Definitely very happy that they caught the guy, got him off the streets.
Glad that they all worked together to apprehend the suspect.
Nick Flacco was 20 years old. He was a student at Penn State University. His father, Chris Flacco, is Philadelphia's chief police inspector.
A man from Pittsburgh has been accused of beating his 8-year-old grandson on Tuesday. Harold Coates has been charged with aggravated assault after hitting his grandson with a belt at Propel School in Hazelwood. The child's mother did not want to press charges, but officials took over to press charges. Coates was denied bail after being taken to the Allegheny jail on Wednesday.
And a fire wipes out thousands of chickens in Pennsylvania. Take a look. Flames broke out at a chicken house in Upper Bern Township Tuesday night. There are conflicting reports on the number of chickens killed. Officials estimate about 28,000 of them died in the blaze. The chicken house held up to 30,000 chickens. No farm workers or firefighters were hurt. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. And a woman was charged on Thursday for inappropriate sexual contact with a 4-year-old. Tiffany Marie Beeman was found in a video by the victim's father. Beeman, the ex-girlfriend, was sexually abusing the child out of spite to frame the father. Beeman is being held at a $100,000 bond.
4 former Penn State fraternity brothers have been sentenced for the 2017 death of pledge Timothy Piazza. All 4 of the young men, Michael Bonatucci, Luke Visser, Joshua Krzyzewski, and Joseph Sala, pled guilty to a variety of hazing charges. Sala was given house arrest, probation, and fines, while the other 3 received jail time between 30 days and 9 months behind bars. Also fines and community service. 19-year-old Timothy Piazza was pledging the Beta Theta Pi fraternity at Penn State when he died. Investigators say he consumed 18 alcoholic drinks in 82 minutes as part of a hazing ritual. Officials say fraternity members waited more than 12 hours to call 911 after Piazza fell down a flight of stairs. He ended up dying from a traumatic brain injury. Other young men connected to the case have yet to hear their sentences.
After being $12 million in debt, the Hill House is officially closing. The nonprofit organization offered social services for over 50 years, including a dropout recovery high school and senior services. Hill House is currently working on selling several of their properties.
The PNC Foundation will be dedicating $150 million to the Grow Up Great program, which supports early childhood education. It will now be a $500 million program that will match funds for classroom resources requested on donorschoose.org, as well as 40 hours off for PNC employees to volunteer for Grow Up Great.
Rapper and activist Meek Mill is campaigning in support of probation reform. In Philadelphia Tuesday, he spoke out in support of State House Bill 19-25, which would reform Pennsylvania parole and probation laws. Mill says he was compelled to speak for those who could not.
I'm only here to use my platform and my voice to speak for the people who don't have a voice. There's a lot of young men actually locked behind the walls and stacked up with probation and trying to do well with themselves and move forward, but they can't because the odds are so great against them. So
Bill 1925 would bar consecutive probation sentences, establish a system of rewards for good behavior, and block the extension of parole for non-payment of fines. It would also make it illegal to re-incarcerate probationers if they test positive for marijuana, are found in the company of someone with a criminal history, or go outside their home area. And beer and wine is coming to Walmart. The store is planning to sell alcohol for the first time in Pennsylvania in South Union Township. Walmart has a $65,000 license for alcohol. Spokesman Jason Klippa said, quote, "We are excited to take this first step towards giving them a convenient and affordable way to buy beer and wine," unquote. There's no set date for the debut.
Coming up after the break, a drama student claims he was acting too hard when he stabbed his classmates.
And a found boy has turned out not to be who he claimed. Stay tuned for more.
I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home. So when I met Narnese, she started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing, but your future is more important. She's my strength. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be blood. Next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
What to expect when you're expecting.
Like here.
A teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Home fire drills give your family a plan of action. In a home fire, you may have less than 2 minutes to get out. So when you drill, show everyone 2 ways out of the house, pick a safe meeting spot, and get there in under 2 minutes. Then practice home fire drills at least twice a year. You can even make them fun. So everyone knows the sound and exactly what to do when they hear a smoke alarm. Go to ready.gov/fire drill and learn how to prepare your family for home fires.
At least 2 police officers have been shot in Henry County. They're both in stable condition. Henry County police say the 2 officers were shot when they entered a home Thursday morning in Stockbridge, Georgia. They were responding to a domestic abuse call. The gunman is still in the home and is holding a 16-year-old boy hostage. There also may be another victim inside. Police are negotiating with the gunman and don't believe he's injured.
The family of a missing boy is devastated, and the hopes of so many people across the nation have been crushed after DNA tests found that a man's story claiming to be a missing boy from Illinois turned out to be a hoax. Omar Jimenez has the latest.
It's devastating.
Yeah. It's like reliving that day all over again. And Timothy's father is devastated once again.
The family of Timothy Pitson, who was 6 years old when he vanished in May of 2011, is reliving their worst nightmare all over again. After DNA testing by the FBI revealed a man who came forward claiming to be Pitson is not him.
It's kind of back to ground zero for us. You know, kind of reliving everything that did happen and renewing the loss one more time.
Kentucky police say the man is actually 23 years old and from Medina, Ohio, and has a previous arrest record, according to police.
Folks who do things like this typically don't get away with their actions.
Pitson's family and their tight-knit community, who have been hoping and praying for answers for nearly 8 years, say they're not giving up.
We know that you are out there somewhere, Tim, and we will never stop looking for you, praying for you, and loving you.
Community members are shaken by the incident as well. While it is unclear whether he's in custody now, Rennie has been arrested before.
A student from the University of Hartford has been charged with attempted murder on Sunday after stabbing 2 classmates while reenacting a scene from a movie. Jake Washer now faces 2 counts of attempted murder as well as $1 million bail. The 2 victims were taken to the hospital with multiple stab wounds, but not before Washer fled into the woods near campus, where he was later found. One of the victims is in critical condition.
Authorities in Washington state say a man was arrested for allegedly raping a woman while posing as a rideshare driver is also being investigated in 2 other incidents. That news comes as the suspect made his first court appearance Thursday. Amy Clancy reports.
Cairo 7 was ordered to not show the face of the 34-year-old married Tukwila man who appeared in court for a bail hearing today. But earlier this week, the King County Sheriff's Office shared this surveillance video, hoping someone could help identify the man who was then arrested for allegedly raping this woman while posing as her rideshare driver in December. Another woman saw these images on Cairo 7 and immediately told police the same man drove her home from a Ballard bar last August.
She goes inside the house, and then he shows up a short time later banging on the door, and she goes down to confront him. And he says, "You forgot your cell phone?" And she says, "I have my cell phone." And he tried to push the door in at that time. And she pushed back and was able to slam the door and lock it.
That woman was not injured. Now detectives are also investigating whether the man in this video, posted by a woman on Reddit who claims the man offered her a ride outside a Fremont bar, is the same man arrested yesterday.
I'm not with you.
No? What's the name? I can take you if you want.
So far, the suspect has only been booked in connection with this case. But the details so concern the judge, bail was set at $750,000, not only because of the alleged rape, but because of what reportedly happened once the suspect was identified. According to court documents, after he turned himself in and before he was arrested, the suspect and his wife drove to the victim's house and started knocking on her door and all the neighbors' doors to confront the victim.
Authorities are asking anyone with information about the suspect to call 206-296-3311.
A fire is still ongoing on a South Jersey military base. The fire started at 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday at Joint Base McGuire-Dix Lakehurst and has burned about 1,200 acres as of Thursday morning. Officials say the fire is not a threat to the base or community.
To replace the love from our furry friends, robotic pets are being developed in Santa Clarita, California. Robo-pets are low maintenance and perfect for elderly patients with medical problems such as dementia. Creators of the Robo-pets, Tombot CEO Tom Stevens, recalls his mother having to give up her dog after getting Alzheimer's. Many of these robot companions are expensive, and other companies are trying to find cheaper options.
Coming up, a father has been charged with the murder of his own son.
And an elementary school and their students are finding a way to donate unused school food.
Hey, Dad. I need your help asking Jessica to prom.
Of course. Love is like the ocean. You have to tread the
Oh,
waters.
Dad. That's not the kind of help I needed. Hey, Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. This guy, this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out?
Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
An 8-year-old's father has been charged with torturing and killing him. 32-year-old Bryce Daniel McIntosh was charged with first-degree murder with a special circumstance of torture in the death of his son, Noah McIntosh. Court documents say that McIntosh purchased bolt cutters, muriatic acid, drain opener, and gloves on March 4th, which is the last day Noah's mother claims to have seen him alive. The boy's body has not been found.
The Mormon Church is cutting back on restrictive policies towards the LGBT community. The 2015 policy condemned LGBT individuals and children of parents who identify with the community could not be baptized until 18 years of age. But to be baptized, they needed to move out of the household. Now they can be blessed at birth. The church still upholds the same views on gay marriage and the LGBT community.
California may be able to pass a law on Wednesday that will allow state workers to bring their baby to work if they are between 6 weeks and 6 months or until the baby can walk. The same type of legislation has been proposed before, but it did not pass due to cost concerns. The Assembly's Public Employment and Retirement Committee will vote on AB 372 on Wednesday.
Elkhart Schools is finding a solution for children without access to meals. By recovering unused food in the school cafeteria, 20 children are going home with 8 frozen meals every Friday. Although kids have access to food during school hours, many are left without it on the weekends. The over-prepared food in cafeterias is now helping children out.
A 10-year-old girl is back with her father after spending nearly a year on the run with her mother. Police say the child's mother kidnapped her in Utah last summer after her father was granted sole custody. Wednesday morning, the father learned police had finally found his daughter in Florida. As Eric Avenir reports, the father and daughter were soon reunited.
Around 11 a.m. Thursday, just hours after Ariana and her father were reunited, the two went shopping at a Lake City Walmart where Dad had to purchase his daughter some new clothes. During my phone conversation with Bozeman, while he was still in the store, he said he learned from both investigators and Ariana about how she and her mom were able to evade people searching for them, a search that began back in Enoch, Utah and ended in Northeast Florida. He said he found out they were living in the SUV that deputies located them in at a rest stop along I-75 near Lake City. He also said they kept under radar by only driving at night when they traveled from state to state and didn't check into any hotels. Despite what has happened, Bozeman tells me he still wants his daughter to have a relationship with her mother.
It's going to be rough sometimes because she's going to have to face the fact, the truth, you know, that, hey, my mom broke the law and my mom deliberately broke the law. And I'm going to have to be there for her to coach her through that and support her through it.
As for Ariana's mom, there is no word on when she will be extradited back to Utah to face criminal charges.
34-year-old Don Clausen has been charged with custodial interference across state lines. Investigators say Clausen's boyfriend was also along for the ride. He was not arrested, but authorities say charges against him are pending. A man in connection to a quadruple murder has been arrested in North Dakota. Chad Isaac from Washburn has been charged with 4 counts of a AA felony murder. The victims were found Monday at a property management company in Mandan. Evidence in the vehicle gave them probable cause to arrest Isaac during a traffic stop on Thursday after his car had been identified at the scene by surveillance video.
And the rock band Eagles are finally performing one of their best-selling albums in U.S. history, Hotel California, live for the first time. They are set to perform the album in its entirety on September 27th and 28th in the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Tickets start at $179.
Coming up, President Trump is negotiating a deal with China.
And NASA is unhappy about the destruction of a satellite.
I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home. So when I met Narnese, she started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing, but your future is more important. She's my strength. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be blood. Next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
What to expect when you're expecting.
Like here.
A teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
I'm ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Home fire drills give your family a plan of action. In a home fire, you may have less than 2 minutes to get out. So when you drill, show everyone 2 ways out of the house, pick a safe meeting spot, and get there in under 2 minutes. Then practice home fire drills at least twice a year. You can even make them fun. So everyone knows the sound and exactly what to do when they hear a smoke alarm. Go to ready.gov/fire drill and learn how to prepare your family for home fires.
Officials have confirmed that the crew on the Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 followed all safety procedures recommended by Boeing before crashing and killing all 157 people on board, according to the crash report released on Thursday. The plane crashed 6 minutes after takeoff, but issues with the plane occurred just after takeoff. One of the 2 sensors that measure the plane's angle malfunctioned and sent the plane into a nosedive automatically. Investigators recommended the manufacturer should review the plane's control system.
And after India destroyed a satellite with a missile, NASA is considering the space debris a threat to the International Space Station. Many pieces of the satellite are big enough to harm the astronauts on board. Last week's satellite destruction is affecting the 6 crew members living in the International Space Station.
President Trump said he hopes to have a major trade deal with China completed within a month. Each country wants to reduce tariffs on the other's goods. Trump claims it will be the biggest trade deal ever.
And President Trump retreats from threats to close the border.
It's good for us and China, but it's good also for the world. I think it's very important. We'll see if it happens. We've never done a deal like this with China, and it's a very unique set of circumstances, but it's a massive deal. Could be one of the, I guess it is if you think about it, the biggest deal ever made. There can't be a deal like this. No matter where you look, there can't be a deal like this. This is the granddaddy of them all. And we'll see if it happens. It's got a very, very good chance of happening. I think that it will be great for both countries. But it will be a much fairer deal for us because over the years we've lost a lot of money to China. China's done very well. And I don't blame China. I say it all the time. I don't blame China. I blame the people that sat right at this desk.
apologies for any technical difficulties, but President Trump retreats from threats to close the border, but will impose car tariffs if the Mexican government does not stop the flow of illegal drugs within a year. On Thursday, he announced the threat of tariffs after a week of the debate of closing the border.
After the break, professional cargo shortwear Ryan Giacobbe has the latest with Robert Morris and Pittsburgh sports.
And our favorite weatherman, Scott McDaniel, has the weather forecast. Stay tuned.
I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home. So when I met Narnese, she started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing, but your future is more important. She's my strength. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be blood. Next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So,
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
What to expect when you're expecting
like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to team-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Home fire drills give your family a plan of action. In a home fire, you may have less than 2 minutes to get out. So when you drill, show everyone 2 ways out of the house, pick a safe meeting spot, and get there in under 2 minutes. Then practice home fire drills at least twice a year. You can even make them fun. So everyone knows the sound and exactly what to do when they hear a smoke alarm. Go to ready.gov/fire drill and learn how to prepare your family for home fires.
Welcome back to RMU Live. I'm Ryan Giacobbe with sports. Robert Morris men's lacrosse defeated the St. Joseph's University Hawks 15-9 last Saturday. Ryan Smith and Corson Keeley, they each scored 4 goals to propel the Colonials past St. Joseph's in Northeast Conference play. RMU plays against Wagner College tomorrow at 1 p.m. at Joe Walton Stadium in NEC play. RMU women's lacrosse beat the Drexel University Dragons 13-10 last Saturday. Mackenzie Gandy's 3-goal effort has guided the Colonials to conclude their non-conference schedule with a 7-2 record, which is best in program history. RMU starts its Northeast Conference play at Wagner tomorrow at 3 p.m. RMU softball played in a doubleheader against the St. Bonaventure Bonnies on Wednesday. Robert Morris lost the first game with a whopping 11-1 defeat and won the second game 8-2. Brianna Bunner scored the lone run in the first game, and the Colonials managed to jump out to an 8-0 lead before the Bonnies managed to score their first run in the second game. RMU travels to Loretto, PA to play against the St. Francis University Red Flash tomorrow at 1 p.m. in NEC play. The Pittsburgh Pirates shut out the Cincinnati Reds 2-0 last night in the series opener. Starter Jordan Lyles pitched 5 scoreless innings, and Kevin Newman hit an RBI groundout, and Josh Bell hit an RBI single in the win. The Pirates play Game 2 of the 4-game set tonight at 7:05 p.m. for Free Shirt Friday. And the Pittsburgh Penguins clinched their 13th consecutive trip to the Stanley Cup playoffs after they defeated the Detroit Red Wings last night 4-1. Jake Guentzel, Phil Kessel, and Sidney Crosby scored the powers through past Detroit to win. The regular season finale is tomorrow against the New York Rangers at 7 p.m. at PVG Paints Arena. Now that's it for sports this week. Now let's go over to Scott McDaniel with the weather. Scott, what's it looking like outside?
Well, Ryan, it's looking getting a lot better out there with a high of 52 and a low of 43. Got those rain showers going. Definitely going to want to take out an umbrella. Humidity of 84% and a precipitation chance of 94%. Now looking into tomorrow's weather, we're going to be looking at a high of 64 degrees with a low of 45 degrees, as well as more showers and a humidity of 10% and a precipitation chance of 61%. Now looking into your 5-day forecast, we will be looking at Sunday having partly cloudy with some mixed conditions, high of 72, low of 59. Monday will also be rainy with a high of 68 and a low of 52. Tuesday will be cloudy with a high of 66 and a low of 42. Wednesday will be high with a 57, 44, partly cloudy. And Thursday we'll have scattered thunderstorms with a high of 65 and a low of 47. Thank you for joining us for this RMU weather forecast. Let's toss it back to the desk.
Thank you, Scott, and thank you for spending your Friday afternoon with us.
We will see you next week.